In this video, we'll have a look at how we add users into Shintaro, we'll have a look at how we change passwords for our users, and we'll see how we delete users out of Shintaro. If you're the system administrator and are logging in for the first time, you'll use the username SA and the password SA. To add a new user from the home screen, we go into System Maintenance and into Security. Because we are logged in as the system administrator, we have full functionality of this screen. To add a new user, we click the New User function at the top here. So let's add our new manager, John Smith. We type in the username of the new user, and the username that we select must be at least 4 characters. If you are setting a user with 3 letters in their name, such as Sam, you will also need to put in the first letter of their surname to create a username. Now we set a temporary password for John, and when we click Add, we get the message that user John Smith added successfully, basic privileges have been set. So we click OK, and when we go back to the user maintenance function, we can see John Smith in our list. Now we want to select the user role or level of access that we wish John to have. If we click on his name, we can see that the default has been set for John to have level 1 access in Shintaro. As John will be a system administrator, we will select his user role as system administrator. There are 9 levels of security groups in Shintaro. These roles can be used to control who does what within the system. More specifically, which functions users can access, which buttons they can click, which fields they can update, which reports and exports they can run. They can also be made to enter in mandatory fields, and they can be given read-only access to fields. All of these security settings will be controlled by your Shintaro system administrator. So we've given John Smith full access within Shintaro. Now, when we log out of Shintaro and we go back in, we put the username John Smith and his temporary password. And now we want to change his password. So we go into System Maintenance, click on Security, and select John Smith from this list here. To change his password, we go into the Change Password function at the top here. The username of John Smith has defaulted in this field, and here we are asked to put in his previous password and type a new password twice for verification. If John has forgotten his password, we have a button here for Clear Password, and if we click this, Shintaro will delete the old password so we can type a new password for him in here twice. We don't need to use this because we know his temporary password. So when we put in a new password, we click Apply, and when we do, we get this message, Password changed. Now John Smith is in our system and he's had his password set. If we want to add a new user who is not the system administrator, because we set John's access to system administrator, we can create a new user from his login. So we go back to New User, and I will add myself, so I type Anna as the username and put in a temporary password twice. When we click Add, we can see User Anna added successfully. Basic privileges have been set. Now when we go back to User Maintenance, and select Anna from this list, I want to give myself basic privileges, so I'll leave the user role set as level 1. Now I can log out and I'll log in as Anna. When I log back into Shintaro, I'll put my username and temporary password in. And then when I go into System Maintenance and then Security, notice that this screen only allows me to change my password. So that's what I'll do. I'll put my old password in and type a new password twice for verification. When I click Apply, we get the message to say that my password has been changed. Now let's have a look at how we delete users from Shintaro. First, I'll log back in as the system administrator. So from the home screen, we go into System Maintenance, then Security, and we select the user that we want to delete from this list. When we've selected their name, I'll select Anna in this case. We click Delete User down the bottom here. We get a message that asks, "Are you sure you want to delete user Anna?" And we will say yes. So that user is now gone from Shintaro and they won't be able to log in.